3, or maybe in Rio Rancho, Carlsbad, something like that. But nonetheless, you're exactly right, Coach. And, again, we're here at June 3rd. Graduation is tomorrow, and we're still playing ball. And, boy, it's nice to see here.
And going to be playing for a while. I mean, we've still got,
3 weeks.
3 more weeks of softball, 3 more weeks of baseball. And
3 weeks of baseball, 3 weeks of softball. And, it's just nice to see. And you know what? It's just really nice to see that young lady come and visit us for a couple of days. That's really nice
I
to
was
see
just looking at that, too.
Yeah, so. Well, I think what we'll do, Coach, is once we go over National Anthem, we'll go over starting rosters and lineups and stuff like that. And just a nice crowd here at Roswell High School. We're here at the softball stadium. And, Coach, I'm looking down over there on the east side. As you know, back in the day when America was America, we used to come over there and eat lunch, eat dinner, maybe even breakfast. There was no more McDonald's.
Yeah, it's weird looking over there at that empty space, but
yeah,
they'll replace it.
Well, one day they'll happen to do that. So.
New and better.
Yeah, graduation day starts tomorrow. Roswell commencement will start at 7 p.m. We'll have all the seniors at Roswell, actually at the Will Bowl, starting at 6:15. Again, if you're just now listening and watching, just please, if you're going to be going to the graduation ceremonies tomorrow, there's strict restrictions as far as COVID restrictions, and make sure that we're following guidelines through the New Mexico Activities Association and then also through Roswell Independent School District policy.
And Coach, it's my understanding that there are no numbers restrictions, though, that you can bring as many people as you want?
Yeah, so Mr. Carrasco just came up here, and as a matter of fact, we might even let him talk about that here in just a moment and see what we can do and kind of go from there. But, yeah, intermissions, well, you'll get the numbers for us, right, Coach?
I'm fixing to show it to you right now. It's on our website.
Okay. So, yeah, if you go to the website, Roswell Independent School District website, and you go to Roswell High School, you will see some of the guidelines set forth by Roswell Independent School District as far as guideline restrictions and numbers, inclement weather, what's going to end up happening. As of right now, if we have a day like today, ceremonies will proceed. So as we're here listening and watching to ksvptv.com, and we are also on the radio. Are we on the radio as well? No. Okay, so we're on TV only. So we have a JV contest on the south side as the JV girls will be taking on the Cave girls, and then on the north side is the varsity contest.
The information is under that.
As far as the information, if you go to the Roswell Independent School District website and you go to the Roswell High School page, you can go to the principal page, and you can go to Class of 2021 information. And if you go to that, then at that point, you can click on that, and then I'll just read this up right here. It says, update. Now that we are in turquoise, as of today, which is June 3rd, we will have seniors get 20 passes for graduation at the Will Bowl. These tickets will be distributed to seniors at 8:30 in the morning, which is June 4th. Practice will begin June 4th. That's tomorrow morning. If we have to go indoors and have to have graduation in the gym, students will then now get only 4 tickets per student. Okay, so with that being said, our extra tickets for the Will Bowl will be done on a need basis. So if you need more tickets, the extras will be distributed on Friday from 11 to 1:30 at the front office at Roswell High School. We'll anticipate if we have any, we will have, but we must follow guidelines and require a ticket. Reminder, graduation will be streamed on ksvptv.com as we are today. Please select the PDF below for information covered for the senior meetings on 5/19. That's expired, but we'll go over that here in just a moment.
Well, and Coach, you know, we're looking at only an 8% chance of precipitation, so we're probably not going to have to worry about that too much, and not even any thunderstorm problems with that. So it's looking like we're going to be outside with a good crowd at the Will Bowl, just kind of like old times.
Yes, sir. So, well, thank you, Coach Carrasco, principal of Roswell High School. And real quick, as the national anthem will be getting ready to. Yep, we're going to stand for the national anthem. We'll go over starting lineups and rosters here in just a moment. And welcome back here to Roswell High School. We're at the softball stadium, and we're just going to go over we'll go over the starting lineups here defensively for the Roswell Coyotes as we're the home team. So we'll just go from the outfield, starting left to right. It's going to be Jasmine Lucero. She'll be playing left field. In center field will be Izzy Aragon. In right field will be Victoria Sandoval. Third base for the Roswell Lady Coyotes is going to be Rocky Rodriguez. Shortstop will be Saraí Morales. Second base will be Medea Grajeda. And then Tarim will play first base for the Roswell Lady Coyotes. And the battery for the first game, Leah Sanchez will be in the circle, and then Talissa Espinosa will be behind the plate. So the batting lineup for the Roswell Lady Coyotes will be Espinosa, Grajeda, Morales, Sandoval in the cleanup spot, Gonzalez in the 5-hole, Aragon 6, Lucero 7, Sanchez 8, and Darin 9-hole. And for the for the Carlsbad Lady Cave Girls, defensively, we're going to go outfield first. It's going to be Brooke Rettner playing left field, Jessica Monroe in center. Right field will be Madison Loera. And the infield for the Cave Girls, left to right, is going to be Jonna Aragon playing third base. And then defensively for the Roswell Lady Cave Girls, shortstop is going to be Grace Aragon. Second base is going to be Hannah Martinez. Mariah Torres will play first base, and in the circle for the Cave Girls is going to be Faith Aragon. And catching is going to be Aislinn Witzel. And again, as Coach McDonald mentioned, he'll be talking momentarily some of the state rankings and some of the stuff going around the state of New Mexico. We'll be getting some updates from Mr. Gene Dow as well from probably the southeast New Mexico. Coach, any words before we start the game?
No, just that it's a great day for some softball. It's practically no wind. It's a little warm, but not too bad where we're sitting. And looking forward to this one.
You want a Gatorade, Coach?
Thank you.
All right, here we go. We're just going to pass the Gatorade out on there as Coach Santos Franco, former Roswell High School assistant coach, and head coach, if you want to call him that. You know, he's the man. He's the guy of the hour. No, I'm just kidding. All set aside. Here we go. We're set to start here as there are a lot of kidding around here as this program is, as I say, very, very dear to our hearts when we talk about this. So a lot of work here in this softball field. Remember when it was just glass and rocks, and then now it's became a really nice facility here. So here we go. Faith Aragon is going to be the pitcher for the Cave Girls, and she will lead off here for the for the Cave Girls. Leah Sanchez delivers. First pitch is a strike inside. And, Coach, this is, we do a lot of football, we do a lot of basketball, but this is our dear love is baseball and softball.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's fun to do, and I haven't got to do as much as I want to. Been trying to watch my kid play some JV, and they're always playing the same time as the varsity. So. Yeah,
so the 1-1 is the count as the curveball misses outside, and I was talking with an old friend of mine, the head coach, John Tigert there, and we were talking about softball, how Oklahoma, the ranked number 3 team ranked in the nation, was just put out today by, I think, a number 14th team. So we'll find out exactly what that's about there. But Faith Aragon flies up to shortstop. That's going to be out number 1 for the Roswell Lady Coyotes. Now it's going to bring up Hannah Martinez. Yeah, and baseball is actually playing Saturday, right, Coach?
Saturday they'll be taking on the same Carlsbad team, and of course the boys, but.
And I saw with the boys, they're ranked 13th, our Roswell boys, and the Carlsbad was 6th as of yesterday. So.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Ouch.
And Hannah Martinez gets hit in the left arm as Leah Sanchez pitches the first pitch and looked like might have been a curveball, and gets her right in the elbow, and she's going to draw the walk.
Didn't curve quite enough.
It didn't. It didn't curve quite enough, Coach. So now we have runners at first base, and the Lady Coyotes really need to get into double play depth. And now it's going to bring up Jessica Monroe. She was back in the day was the newcomer of the year when it was my last year coaching. The kid can play. She's fast, and she is very athletic.
And still just a junior.
So we got to keep it away from her if we can. She will hit the inside pitch. And there is the second HP, which is a hit pitch. Now we have runners at first and second base as Martinez and Monroe go.
Kind of an inauspicious start there for Leah. I'm sure she'll settle down here.
Well, and I like the strategy when it comes down to that, because what Carlsbad's doing, if you can see on this end, Coach, is not so much with Torres, the next hitter, but Carlsbad will jam the plate. And so a lot of the times you really want to try to go inside if you can, but one thing that these Lady Cave Girls do is they hit the ball real well, and they get those hands inside the ball, and they'll take it inside out, and then they'll swing it, and they'll hit it out of the park if you're not careful. So now it's going to be ball number 2 to Mariah Torres. Torres is playing first base. And again, as I mentioned, we had runners at first and second base, Martinez and Monroe. And there's going to be a strike outside. Again, for the outfield for the Lady Coyotes, you have Lucero in left field, Izzy in center, and Sandoval in right. And looks like Gonzalez at third base, Morales at shortstop, Grajeda at second, Tarin at first base, and in the circle is Leah Sanchez along with Talisa Espinosa behind the plate. Count's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in Roswell, New Mexico. Oh, and there's a drive up the middle, hit hard, and here comes Martinez, and she will score the first run. And that's exactly, you read my mind exactly, Coach, because right there in that situation, the ball was hit hard, but we have to have somebody get out of the circle and back up the plate. And nonetheless, worse than that is we can have the first baseman come over and back up as well. So the score is 1-0. The Lady Cave Girls get on top right off the bat, and now we have Haven Schoolcraft, the potential starter in the second game. And nice pitch by Leah. 1. '49th season for John Tigert. He was telling me earlier he wants to go 50, and I told him we'll see if he makes it that long. And I'm being facetious when I say that. We go back a long way. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
49 years of doing anything is an accomplishment.
Coach, I'm not even 49 myself. We've had some contests against each other, and boy, I tell you what, it's been interesting. He still owes me a handshake from when we beat him 4-3 in 2017. I still remember that day on the walk-off single by Adriana Horton. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Sanchez delivers, and it's going to be strike number 2 to number 11, Haven Schoolcraft. And here's the thing, Coach, the lineup doesn't get any better with Jonna Aragon and Grace Aragon. Those are 2 studs as well.
Even down the lineup.
It doesn't get any better. I mean, 1 through 9 is pretty legit. 3 balls, 2 strikes as Sanchez misses on that 5th pitch. And strikes are out. So nice pitch by Sanchez.
Yeah, and we need 1 more of those or a easy ground ball to get out of this inning with just the 1 run across.
Right. So only 1 hit in the ball game thus far, but it was hit real hard up the middle, Coach.
It was.
Grace Aragon hits a shot to the right gap, and that might be against the fence, and it is. Sandoval delivers, hits her cutoff to Grajeda, and Grajeda is going to deliver home, and it's going to be close. And they're going to get her at the plate. And Coach Tigert is going to come out of his shoes, and I'm going to call play to play from up here, Coach, and you can tell me your opinion, but she looked like she was under the tag.
Yeah, I thought she was in there. But, he had a better view than we did, but maybe he saw something that we missed. And so Torres is thrown out at home.
Well, and lucky enough because, what a hit by Aragon, but good relay from Sandoval to Grajeda over to Espinosa, and that was going to be for the 3rd out. So, yes, that's going to be the 3rd out there. So, good job right there, Coach. And, we're not going to take any breaks, you think? Or we don't have any live reads, I don't believe.
I've got some reads that I can get. I'll talk about some sponsors a little later on.
Okay, yeah.
No commercials.
No commercials, but you and
breaks.
I will talk a little bit. But one of the things, We can also have Mr. Carrasco come in here and talk a little bit of some stuff here. Okay, well, here he is now. Well, here we go.
Guys.
As we're in between innings right here, the bottom half of the second inning coming up. It's 2-0 Carlsbad Caveman. I'm here with Roswell I was going to say head coach, but Roswell, I guess it is, head principal, Mr. Pilar Carrasco. Coach Carrasco, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, Coach. Hey, Coach, real quick, before we start the bottom half of the first, tell me a little bit about what's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, we got those class of 2021 coming up, waking up, coming to practice at 8:30. We encourage all of them to be there so they can get their tickets, and of course, so that we don't go out there and look like a fire drill, everybody going everywhere. We want it to be nice, professional. Remind our students what the dress code is. I've got several calls on, hey, we should do this, we should do that because it's COVID, but hey, we want it to be a good, professional, formal ceremony. So we definitely want everybody to follow the rules, and let's get this year done right. It didn't start right, but we want to end it right.
Well, yes, sir. So, let's do this real quick. We'll come back to you here in just a moment, and then we'll talk a little bit more about graduation here and maybe in the second inning. So here we go. The score is 2-0, the Carlsbad Cave Girls. The Carlsbad Cave Girls come in at 2-0, and here we go. The leadoff hitter is going to be TJ Espinosa. She is the catcher for the first game at least, and we'll see how it goes here. So now the pitcher for Carlsbad is going to be Faith Aragon. And there's strike number one on the outer half. So, Coach, you have any strategy right now for the Roswell Lady Coyotes in this first half inning?
Well, I mean, you just want to kind of keep it close, obviously. You want to maybe try to manufacture some runs. First key is getting on base, and looking like we're trying to maybe drag bunt there a little bit, but whatever it takes to get on. I mean, it all starts with base runners.
Well, one of the things I'm noticing right now, Coach, and, as we have the Cave Girls, have Torres and Aragon, good athletes at the corners, as they're playing in a traditional softball defensive position right there where they're going to crash. And with Espinosa, they've done the due diligence, but right here, Espinosa is going to get on with the single, and that's exactly what you do. So good job by Espinosa.
Yeah, you call that a single or a
well,
E1?
Well, Coach, this is what I'm going to look at here. So if it hit the glove, traditionally it says it's going to be an error, but I didn't see it hit the glove. Did you? It hit the glove? Okay, so
You'd say it's a hit? I'll go with that.
Okay. So we're going to go with the hit. I didn't see it hit the glove. But the attempt by Grajeda now, she's playing second base and going in the two-hole here. And right here is really a good opportunity for Grajeda to get the sacrifice bunt to advance Espinosa to the second base, because you'll have number 3 hitter in Gonzalez that will and can hit the ball out of the park.
Coach, this is the first time I've seen fans in the outfield here at the stadium.
Coach, one of the things that we've done here, Coach, is first of the year, due to COVID restrictions, as we were communicating with each other, we said, why not? Let's go ahead and call the city. And the city was generous enough to let us have these bleachers for at least the duration of this season. And then, oh, what a hit now by Grajeda, which is going to be back-to-back singles. So now we have runners on first and second base now. It's going to bring up, I say Gonzalez, I beg your pardon, Coach. I meant to say Morales. Morales, the freshman shortstop, is going to come up and bat in the 3-hole. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised, Coach, if they try the short game right off the bat and try to go maybe a push bunt to the right side to advance both runners. Ooh. Well, that ball is a called strike on the outer half. And I don't have any statistics with me as far as the Lady Coyotes are concerned. I haven't seen anything yet, but
no, I haven't either. But just in watching them, and I know you've watched them a little more than I have. I got it. Ooh. This kid at the plate right here is a special player.
Well, she sure is, Coach, and she's a 3-sport letterman and has played as a freshman varsity, volleyball and basketball. And my opinion doesn't mean anything, but I think softball is actually her game.
Well, if it is, that's saying something, because she's an outstanding volleyball player and an outstanding basketball player.
Well, Coach, and that's what you do right there, and that's exactly what the Carlsbad K girls do well, and that's right there is a traditional 6-4-3 play. And you know what? Even if you get 2 for 1, That's right there. That's what you do right there. That is a traditional 6-4-3 double play. That's Carlsbad Cave Girls softball.
And some of the Coyote faithful don't think that was a double play, but we're going to have to go with whatever the guys in blue say.
Right. So here we go. It's going to be strike number 1 to Victoria Sandoval. And Coach, I'm going to explain why that was a good double play, because they sold it out correctly. So here goes Aragon to Sandoval. Sandoval hit it from the right side, and that's going to be ball number 1. If you saw the first baseman in Torres, she really, on her right foot, got on the bag and really stretched out to get that and sold it out perfectly. Look, it's his call. He's in the A-frame, and he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Here comes Sandoval from the right side. It's going to be ball number 2 on the changeup. 2 balls, 1 strike is a count.
I mean, that's an expensive sacrifice right there to move that runner to third on the double play. I don't think you'd take that as a.
Well, I'm not saying I agree with it, but they sold it out correctly. And Sandoval goes looking, so that's going to be strike number 3. So, okay, so you're going to have no runs on 2 hits and 1 runner left on base. The score now is 2-0 Carlsbad Cave Girls.
Yeah, efficient pitching really for both teams. Only 13 pitches there for Aragon. And only 16, I believe, in the top half.
Well, this is what I'm talking about as far as the 6-4-3 double play. You're right. She might have been safe at first base, but she really just did a good job with the selling out of it. Coach, do you think it was a double play, 6-4-3? It was a sellout. So, and so did everybody else here in the stadium.
Well, not everybody. Some of these people in the blue shirts.
Well, the blue really believed that it was a 6-4-3 double play, and I'm going to tell you again, they're wearing the blue.
You know, I officiate a couple of sports, and I just think it's difficult sometimes for officials. They want to make the exciting play, you know, and they don't want to give. And that's tough as an official to.
Coach,
to put that aside.
So, okay, look, you're playing the Carlsbad Cave Girls. They're ranked 3rd or 4th in the state of New Mexico. You have runners at first and second base. You have number 3 hitter up.
And no outs.
And what happened right there? What did we say to do, Coach? We actually said to execute the bunt, go to the right side to advance runner second and third base, then you have your number 4 hitter come up with 1 out. So now, with that being said, you get into a 6-4-3 double play. You stand a runner out at third base. Now we're stuck in the hole. So we kind of have to play the odds when you're playing a team of the caliber of the Cave Girls. Well,
and you're hoping she can beat out the throw. Runners at the corners with 1 down.
Well,
and the consensus around here she did, but take a vote.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was real surprised, Coach. The Oklahoma Sooners, the number 3 ranked team in the nation, was eliminated today in the College World Series. I heard. I can't confirm that. I just heard that from.
That's why they play the games.
That's right.
Otherwise, you just highest ranked team just say they won.
Yes, sir. So here we go now. It's going to be top half of the 2nd inning. And now it's going to be Grace Aragon. Excuse me, that's not going to be Grace. That's actually going to be, no, it is Grace.
They're calling her Grace.
Yeah, it doesn't look Grace. She's really got a lot taller from the past. So there's Grace Aragon. Hits a shot to the left side, and that's going to be a base hit for Aragon. Got it. And I guess, was it an overthrow, Coach? I didn't see it.
Yeah, was it?
Okay, so Grace Aragon heads up with her and heads up by Coach Brian Santo over there at first base. So Aragon advances to second. Now you're going to have Brooke Retner. They're all family right here, Coach. There are a lot of sisters and cousins here in this team.
Well, I saw all the last name Aragons on there, and I remember that even from a couple years back.
That is correct. So the count now is 1 ball, no strikes. Leah Sanchez is the pitcher for the Roswell Lady Coyotes. And that's going to be a nice pitch inside, and it's going to be fouled off to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike now. I think, Coach, one of the things I really like about, as you know, I'm a baseball guy, and a softball guy. But one of the things I like about this particular game is the teaching of. And it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And once a coach, always a coach, and I always will say that. But the teaching of the game, regardless if it's in season, summer league, fall league, it doesn't matter. Even if it's on TV, you're still coaching.
Well, and it's hard to put on the different hats sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, it absolutely is, Coach, especially when you've done it for so long,
Right. No, that's old habits die hard, and
yeah.
you started coaching this game. I don't believe they made them wear helmets back in those days.
Yeah,
did
Coach, it's been a long time. I'm right there with.
Maybe not 50 years like some guys out here, but it was a long time ago.
Well, hey, I tell you what, those kids over there, they made. There's an inside joke, and we'll talk about that later on about something. But 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The score is 2-0. The Carlsbad Cave Girls lead. We're here in the top half of the second inning. Sanchez delivers, and a nice pitch. It looks like a little bit of a cutter. We got to be careful not to get that right over the plate, as it looks like it might be trying to go inside, but it's really cutting pretty good, Coach.
Well, you're right about them getting right up on that plate. They crowded in there. It's no wonder we have 2 hit by pitch already. Then
Well, make it 3, Coach.
make it 3. A little kind of prescient there sometimes.
So runners are at first and second base now, with Grace Aragon at second base and Brooke Rittner at first. It's going to bring up Madison Loera. She's playing right field tonight. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised right now, Coach, if Coach Tiger puts on the sacrifice bunt.
Well, no down. You'd like to add to that lead. That seems like a sensible strategy.
And the attempted bunt is, well, and that's a good point, Coach. So right now, if they're pitching right now, you probably want to go to the outside half, but knowing Coach Tiger, he's going to try to put the bunt down over here to the third base side if he can. But it's just a way. Look at the defense, Coach. We're going to have to really understand here. You really want to get the bunt to the right side to advance, but look where your third base is at. They're playing back. You want to put something soft down if you could. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs, and that's going to be ball number 3. I mean, once again, it's just a difference of philosophy now. I mean, I think I'd probably be, maybe just doing I call it a flip, but there's strike number 1, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, she's taking all the way there, don't you think?
Well, what
she stepped in.
Yeah, what they're doing, their coach, is they're going to cross the first base, and they're going to come with the pitcher, come in thirds, middle thirds, and then left thirds, and that's okay. And there's the 4th HP hit by pitch now.
Four hit batters in 9 at bats, so or plate appearances, I should say.
Yeah.
So that's too many. Not to overstate the obvious, but. And we're going to the righty from right field.
That's going to bring up Sandoval in here, but again, we're going to have to get some pitches right now. We're going to have to really throw a full ball game. I'm talking 50 to 75 pitches before she starts the game.
And is that, who did they send out into right? Is that Banda?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Clarice Banda.
Or I can't tell because I can't see the numbers that far away.
So the correct pronunciation for that
Banda.
is Clarice Banda.
Sorry.
Vasquez. Clarice Banda Vasquez.
Okay.
But with you, Coach, we'll go Banda.
Okay. Hey, I never mind.
Oh, man, I tell you. So, well, we have some changes now for the Roswell Lady Coyotes. Victoria Sandoval will come into the circle and replace Sanchez, and Clarissa Banda will go to, it looks like, right field, and Leah Sanchez will go to first base, and Darin will take a seat. as Coach Rebecca Marujo talks about it with Sandoval for a second. And yeah, hope we're going to wear a mask out there in the circle.
Well, wearing the mask.
True, there's two. I understand. There's a COVID mask and there's a mask protection guard, I should say. I guess they're all guards, Coach.
And is she going without?
Yeah, she's going out without it here now. So Sandoval will come in the ball game here in the top of the second inning with no outs. Runners on first and second base now. And we got bases juiced. Sandoval will have her first pitch. It's going to be out number one. Oh my gosh!
Oh, and it's dropped.
So the ball is hit to center field, and Aragon, it's in and out of her glove. So there's going to be a run that scores, and I believe that's going to be Aragon that scores. So bases remain juiced now. Sandoval delivers, and there's another shot, and that's going to be out number two. Well, should be two. That's going to be out number one. Hit to center field again. So 2 pitches, 1 out. And who was that coach that just hit?
It was Martinez, Hannah Martinez. So they had I
so
think
F8 on Martinez, and
yes.
then Aragon with an error.
Right.
Error 8. Okay, so here we go. Score is 3-0 now, and now it's going to bring up number 9. That's going to be Jessica Monroe. Again, man, these two, Sandoval and Monroe, played together in some travel tournaments in Flagstaff, Arizona, a couple years ago.
So we had a.
There's a traditional double play, and that's going to have to be caught. So we got the 6-4, so we have the out, but another run scores.
All right,
And Coach, who do you have there for that last run?
I'm messed up.
That's what I have is Luetta. 4.
Should be 4, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Nice curveball by Sandoval. That's going to bring up number 23, Mariah Torres. And there's the changeup. Nice pitch. And it's going to be strike number 2. Okay, so 4-0 is a score here.
And this is Torres batting.
And that is going to be Torres batting. And there's the, looks like possibly the rise ball outside. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. And number 23 is Mariah Torres, the first baseman.
All right, I'm back to good here on the old AccuStats.
And a curveball inside is going to be fouled off. I personal preference again too. I mean, Victoria has a real good changeup, and I would kind of utilize that right off the bat and then come back with the curveball. And there's a changeup for the 3rd strike.
Not used to having to catch the ball from the catcher and bring it in. COVID rules. 3 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error on 22 pitches. And it is 4-0, Cave Girls.
2 runs, wasn't it, Coach? They picked up 2 runs?
Yeah, 2.
So go ahead, Coach. You go ahead and take care of that.
No, let me just double check. We're trying to make sure that we got the score right here. And well, I've got it wrong because I've got 5 runs, but
So, Coach, it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to KSUPTV.com. You're listening to the Coach Art Sandoval, Coach Kelly McDonald. 5-0 is a score here, and maybe you want to go over some quick stats per inning, Coach? Is that what you want to do?
well, You want me to go over stats for season stats, or?
Well, not necessarily stats, but I guess maybe inning by inning. I know, so 2 runs in the first inning. Carlsbad has 3 runs in the second inning, and it looked like Sandoval came in when the score was 3-0.
Yes, 3.
We had Aaron first at center, got an out at center, and then the 6-4 for the out, and then the strikeout.
Right. So 5
5
runs, 4 of them earned, all against Sanchez, or go against Sanchez. Sanchez finished with, I can give you the up-to-date stats.
Sure.
1 inning pitched, 9 batters faced, 32 pitches, 14 total bases, 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned, 1 strikeout, 4 hit by pitch.
There you go. That's exactly right. So, so 5-0 is the score here in the bottom half of the second inning, and Faith Aragon, the lefty for Carlsbad, throws and almost hits Gonzalez, but Gonzalez is able to move out of the way for just a moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure the strategy behind that, moving out of the way.
Well,
sometimes you just can't help it. That ball coming at you, get out of the way.
so it looked like Sanchez was credited for the 4 runs or 5 runs?
4.
4
Well,
runs.
all 5 runs before earned.
All 5, okay. Sanchez was credited for 5 runs, 4 earned. Gotcha.
Yes.
So that's going to bring 3 balls, 1 strike now to Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel graduates tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And good kid. She's played in the program for 5 years. She started out in the JV program and worked her way up to be a varsity letterman. She did play first base back in the day and now made the transition to the other corner. And
Rocky's a good kid.
what a wonderful kid. You're exactly right, Coach.
Now we got the Aragon matchup.
Maria Isabel Aragon. She is also going to be graduating tomorrow night. And she too, Coach, has been in the program for 5 years. And she actually started out in the JV program. And she actually, when she was playing for Santos and I, she started out with a little bit at first base and tried a little short. And kind of made her way over, Coach, to the center field area. And there's going to be an error on Aragon at third base as Izzy Aragon gets on.
So pitch by Aragon, hit by Aragon, error by Aragon. Is that what you're saying?
That's
Coach?
exactly what I'm saying, Coach.
Yeah, it's an announcer's dream out here right now.
Well, Coach, and really, you're down 5-0. We're going to have to get the bunt down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nobody gone this same situation. We had the double play last inning. And then you get a called strike. So, yeah, I agree, Coach. Jasmine needs to get a bunt down here.
So, okay, so maybe some possible miscommunication here as Coach, I really struggle with the bands. I'm old time, so I do the hand signals. We adjusted, and I know I had a lot of help from my assistant coaches back in the day because I wasn't very good at the signals, but Coach Santos Franco really got onto me quite a bit.
Well, I noticed some of the baseball players, as we get a pitch outside, I noticed some of the baseball players with the notes. They pull out the notes and put them back in their pocket and look for the signs,
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you just have to remember all that?
Well, it is attempted bunt this time. Now it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike, and we will see it again. Watch the inside pitch by Aragon here. And there's the push bunt, and it's going to be a good one. Sacrifice is successful. Advances the runners to second and third base now. Now it's going to bring up Tarin. Sanchez. Sanchez will be in the 8-hole batting from the left side. I don't see my other kid. I don't know if she's actually in the dugout or if she's under the umbrella or what. She's going back tomorrow, huh? I really wish she would, Coach. That's right now we could use something from the left side. I must say she got another tattoo, Coach.
Oh,
That
wow.
makes about 17.
Well, isn't that what every daddy dreams of?
Yeah. So here is Sanchez now, batting from the left side now. Runners at second and third base, and Faith Aragon delivers. And it's going to be a curveball. Strike number one is called. It's so much fun, a lot more fun, Coach, I should say, when we have two people.
Oh, it is. I mean, you just get so bogged down when you have to just kind of do everything, you know. So thank you, Gene, and everybody at Pecos Valley Broadcasting
Absolutely.
for allowing us to tag team this effort.
Strike number two is on Leah Sanchez, and there is going to be a shot. Freeze on the line drive, as they say, and Gonzalez gets back safely at third base, as it's going to be F8 on the line drive.
Ooh.
Or excuse me, F6. That's going to be the
F6,
second
yeah.
out. Now, I've been saying Tarin, so you have back-to-back lefties here, and you have Elena Tarin batting from the left side here. One thing with Faith Aragon, she does have a nice slice on the ball. Curveball moves that much, Coach. I mean, it really.
I noticed kind of swinging wildly at some of those pitches, and I'm sure that's why.
Well, really, right here, the Coyotes really, if you get a base hit, you have an opportunity to score two, and we're right back in the ball game.
Right, right. And that's what you're looking for here. Obviously, when you put yourself in position by bunting the batters over, the runners.
And that's going to be strike number two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Scores 5-0. We're here in the bottom half of the second inning. And there's going to be strike number 3 to end the inning.
So the Coyotes get no runs, no hits, 1 error, 17 pitches. Carlsbad's going to bring up Schoolcraft, J Aragon, G Aragon, X Aragon, Y Aragon, Z Aragon.
Yes, sir. I hear you. Well, let's see if Coach Carrasco would like to finish his statement about tomorrow's graduation. So, Mr. Carrasco, I know I cut you off in the first inning, but maybe you can go ahead and continue with your statements and comments.
Well, the big thing, we just want parents to know that it's not that they don't need a ticket, but we will have plenty of tickets. Their graduates will be getting 20, the first 20 tomorrow, which is what we planned on giving out. The additional ones will be by request at Roswell High School, so if you'll just come by the school tomorrow from 11 to 1:30. What we're going to do is those kids that don't need tickets or that only need few, we're going to have them to turn those back in. So we should have plenty. We are anticipating that we won't, that our capacity won't be out. We are asking people if you want to be on the west side or the east side. They're both sides are going to be open, but come early enough where you're not, where it's not dictating the capacity on the sides, not dictating it. So,
Mr. Carrasco, would you mind talking about? And we haven't got any kind of okay yet for any. After the ceremonies, I think as of right now, we're restricting anybody from going on to the turf after graduation. Is that correct, sir?
and that's correct. And we just want parents to know that's not a RISD thing. That's not an RHS thing. That's the NMPED has put that restriction on us. And we definitely one of the things that I appreciate Mr. Gottlieb, he always let us know what's at stake. And those people that are working their certification and stuff, the State Department can come after us after our licenses. So we just want to follow the rules. We do have vaccinations that are available to those that want it. So we just want to encourage doing that, especially for next fall.
Thank you, Coach. Well,
Appreciate you.
We'll talk a little bit more about graduation and commencements and all that other stuff here momentarily. But we're here in the third inning, top of the third inning. And the score is 5-0 now. The Cape Girls lead at this point. So now you have coming up, Coach, I think I may have lost it. That might be Schoolcraft.
It's Schoolcraft, yeah.
Schoolcraft is the hitter, and she is actually, at her last at bat, she did have a strikeout. And now it's going to be 1 ball, no strikes, and Sandoval is going to be the pitcher for the Lady Coyotes. And she came in relief in the second inning. Strike number 1 with the curveball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now, no outs.
Coach, I know one parent who will be down on the field at graduation tomorrow.
Make it 2.
Well, of a graduating kid?
Oh, graduating, Coach.
Ooh, right at her.
And there's
Oh,
another,
right over her head. Gosh.
I didn't see that. Is that a
E8 there. I mean, I'm usually generous when I can be on that guy. I mean, had plenty of time if she needed to move back or.
then drop step? Coach Bar was in my way there, so we have to take the drop step there, and those are plays that we need to make.
Right. Well, especially when you're down against a tough team like this, you know, and you know, she advances to second, makes it worse, and now we got a shot to the gap.
John Aragon, here's a shot to the right side now, right gap, and it's going to be Schoolcraft scoring. And now Aragon goes to the right side and gets a stand-up double and an RBI.
Yeah, that's how you make one mistake compounds itself. And
well, that's a second hit, Coach. He's 2 for 2, and Aragon can hit, but that's a second one to that side, Coach. We had to make that adjustment. Grace Aragon now is up to bat. She singled on her first cube.
singled the other way.
That's correct.
Yeah, Coach, I meant that I will be down the field, but that's
Yeah, because you're having a graduate.
yeah, I get the privilege of handing my daughter her diploma, and that's obviously special. I know you got to do that a year or two ago, and tell you what, it's a strange feeling having a kid do that. You know, that you always think about them as little bitty kids, and they don't stay that way.
Well, back in the day, Coach, when Cheyenne graduated in 17, and Lisa and I had that opportunity to hand her her diploma, and that was one of the best feelings I've ever had as a parent. And you'll have that opportunity tomorrow, Coach.
Yeah, I'm excited, and she's excited, and she's excited about, you know, next phase of her life.
So you'll have that opportunity tomorrow. Are you going to give it to her?
I am, and then in the fall we're going to send her off to UNM, my alma mater, and I'm proud of her for that too. And you know, she's graduating in white. I'm proud of her for that too.
Well, not only that, but you ought to be a proud father, Coach, that she is. You said UNM, correct?
Yes.
She did. She's going to be dancing for UNM. Is that correct?
Well, let's not jinx it, but that's the plan.
Okay. Okay. 6-0 is the score here in this third inning, and there's another pop up to.
That's trouble.
That's another
yeah.
error for the shortstop. So it's going to be 2 errors in this inning here.
Yeah, and see on that one, I don't know. That one to me could kind of go either way, but
You have to drop step, Coach, and those plays need to be made.
all right, Coach.
Brooke Rentner.
If it was my team, I'd say that too. What I've learned in doing some of these baseball, softball games is that's not an easy thing being an official scorer, you know, at any level. But
You're right.
you know, talking about those guys in the pros and in college, and, you know, that's tough sometimes to decide. You know, that's why they have the hit error light out there and
That's correct.
scoreboard, the old-time scoreboards.
2 strikes now for Sandoval, and it looks like it's going to be Brooke Rentner hitting, and that's going to be hit, and it's going to be out number. That's out number 1.
Out number 1.
That could. So we have a error in center, error at short, and finally the out at third base. Now it's going to bring up Madison Luetta. Yeah, so it is going to be considered an infield fly. Runners will advance at their own risk, so it's going to be 1 out now. As I mentioned earlier, it's Madison Luetta. And there's another shot right there, and that play needs to be made.
And that will have to go down as a
Hit.
infield single.
Do we have a chance at second base, Coach? on the 6-4. It is going to be an infield hit. Now it's going to bring in the top of the lineup with Faith Aragon in her first frame. She goes F8. And here, Coach, there's a possibility of a do-or-die situation with one out. But let's see how the pitching sequence comes on Faith Aragon. Bases loaded now for the Cave Girls. 6-0 to score here, top of the third inning. And thanks to Mr. Gene Dow, we do have some stats, district stat leaders here.
Okay, I got that for you, Coach.
Okay. One ball, one strike, one out for the Lady Coyotes. Sandoval is the pitcher. She delivers. There's the changeup. Outside half is going to be strike number 2. Sandoval delivers outside half, and that's going to be away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And just like that, Coach, I mean, really I mean, we've had, well, we'll talk about that in a moment, I guess, but we've had how many errors this game?
Oh, well.
1, 2, 3, 4 errors is what I'm counting. Well, you got
I've got 3, but
we're playing. We have to play double play depth in order to make that play. That's not the infield's in a little bit. We got to be playing double play depth, Coach.
well. So another one comes across.
2, 4, 5.
As we get a conference in the circle. Deciding what to do with the defense. We're going to get a courtesy runner, it looks like, for Aragon. And that will be number 4.
You know, that's going to be who, Coach, you said?
Number 4.
Mariah Torres.
No. Kristen Guevara.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. You're talking for the, yeah. Well, and the Lady Coyotes, and I'm sure they're thinking about this, but they're going to have to make that adjustment at shortstop. You're going to have to move them over closer to second. Coach, you have to see your depth charts and your pitching charts to make those adjustments defensively. There's an inside pitch, just missed. 2 balls, no strikes. Still
Play here. They can minimize the damage here.
I kind of lost the thing here. I'm trying to see who's hitting here for the Roswell. I mean, for the Lady Cave Girls.
It's Martinez.
It is Martinez. Okay. So Aragon gets on with the little hit to shortstop, into the shortstop area. Sandoval, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out to Martinez. Her last frame was F8, so that means a fly out to center field. And there's another pop-up.
That's trouble again.
And there's a catch. So we're going to go F6 this time for the second out. Okay, Coach, on that one there. That was a little bit tougher play than prior to, you know, and it's should have, could have, would have, and it, you know, it's as they say, if you win, guess what happens? It's attaboy. If you lose, it's what are you doing, right?
Right. You know, and even the play before, you know, if they had hit it where she was standing, we'd never been talking about it. But I understand what you're saying about the positioning on that.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm sure that Coach Marujo is thinking, you know, about a throw home on the force and
Absolutely.
and try to keep a run off. But
Sure. Monroe, Jessica Monroe, is batting for the Cave Girls now, facing Sandoval. And one thing with Monroe is you probably don't want to pitch her inside anytime, because she'll pull that ball like her sister Jessica. I mean, that's Jessica hit now. I'm sorry. I was thinking.
Sisters, Jennifer?
Jennifer, yes. There it is. So out number 3, you got the line shot. Yeah, Jennifer, she was the third shortstop for the Cave Girls back in the day.
So Carlsbad gets 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 28 pitches. Coyotes will bring up Espinosa, Grajeda, and Morales in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, Coach, 8-0 right now. What are your thoughts in this bottom half of the 3?
Well, my thoughts are that Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home from controlling pests that invade. They understand the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and Bob Reed Pest Control offers answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344. Serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Proud support of Roswell High Sports.
And Coach, thanks to our sponsors. Without them, I tell you what, you and I wouldn't be up here.
We would not, and you know, we both enjoy doing this no matter the sport. Like you said, we might have our favorites, we might have our preferences, but just enjoy covering the high school sports of any kind for you guys, and we appreciate you tuning in.
Absolutely, for sure, Coach. So now it's going to bring up top of the lineup, I believe, with Espinosa.
Yes, it will.
Espinosa going to be slapping from the left side, natural right-hander. And, wow, that was a unique pitch there right there with Faith. It was a changeup, but it really was just floating out there. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, kind of got away from her a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Espinosa is going to be called out with the 1-3 out. Last time that got by Aragon.
Yeah, and you know, just trying to use the speed, obviously, and trying to bunt her way on there, and that's probably successful more times than it's not for her, but not this time.
Okay, now it's going to bring up Medea Grajeda, and that's going to be hit for a base hit, as she now is 2 for 2, and actually kind of almost hit the. It was almost deja vu right there, Coach.
Coach, is that a ground ball or a line drive?
It was actually a line shot to, we'll call it the left gap. Now it's going to bring up Sadia Morales, the shortstop. Oh, there's an error by Aragon. And now you got it advanced. So, okay, so there's an error at the third base, and so now we got runners at first and third base, and probably could have advanced from first base to second.
And that's, I hear you, I hear you. That's, oh, Coach.
Oh, well, here we go now. Now it's Victoria Sandoval, and now you're going to have an attempted bunt, and now you're going to have a out, and now the Roswell Lady Coyotes score. Scores 8-1 now. And never run into a tag. You're going to have to get in that pickle.
So what we have, what was the pitch?
So the pitch is going to be, don't know. And Sandoval gets jammed, and there's a little shot to second base. It's going to be 4-3 for the second out now. So the score is 8-1. It was a, okay, Coach, that's going to be the third out. Nope. I don't think they know. It is the third out. Okay, so they had the first out. Okay, the second out was on the pickle, and then the third out was
right here
from the 4-3. So, Coach, the score is 8-1 now. I'll let you kind of talk about that. I'm going to say hello to these young people right here.
All right, Coach. So I'm gonna just getting the old stats in here and get caught up on that as Sandoval grounds out after getting jammed. Martinez to Torres on the 4-3. So Roswell gets 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error on 6 pitches. They trail 8-1 as we finish up the 3rd inning and head to the 4th inning. And as we said, Gene Dow sent some district standings to us, and we're going to go over those for you. These Carlsbad Lady Cavemen are 8-1 overall and 2-0 in district. They're the only team with a district win. They've beaten Clovis twice, and those are the only district games up to this point. Clovis actually showing them in 2nd place because of their overall record 3-7, but they are 0-2 in district. Hobbs and Roswell both sitting at 3-5 overall, and these will be their first district games today. And I just assume that Hobbs and Clovis are playing as we speak, as is usually the case with the scheduling in district play. And it looks like it will be Sandoval back out for more work in the circle without the mask, as we said before. That's the first time I've done a few games, softball games this year. It's the first time I've seen a pitcher out there without the mask, but that's personal choice, I guess, huh?
Well, absolutely, Coach. And when we say that mask, is the guarded mask for the whole entire face, and evidently she just decided not to do it. So we'll
Yes, sir.
see what
that
happens
makes,
there.
as a dad, that makes me nervous. You don't want to deface that property for sure.
Absolutely. So it's going to be ball number 1 for Sandoval. And, Coach, I think that's number 23. I think that's going to be Mariah Torres.
That's what I have.
Yeah, so Torres, on her last at-bat, she was called on a strike. And there's a 4-3 possible out, and there it is. So good job by Mireya Grajeda to Sanchez, and nice pitch on the outer half by Sandoval.
I need a lot more of that in these next 3-4 innings. A lot of those easy outs. Try to get back into it and generate some offense. If the defense doesn't come up and shut them out for a few innings, it's not going to matter much.
Well, last hit right here, you're going to have to be real careful. Keep that away from the middle by all means, because last time she hit that ball way deep to center field, which should have been caught, but nonetheless, we got to keep that out of the middle. There's the changeup, as we mentioned, Coach. You got to continue utilizing that.
I appreciate it, but I think you mentioned it. You're quoting yourself.
Well,
that's okay. I'll take credit for it.
Coach, I think you did. And
another swing and a miss there.
There's another swing and a miss, as Espinosa thought it was a 3rd strike, but nonetheless, it's only 2.
Hey,
One ball, 2 strikes.
around the horn, right?
Yeah, Coach.
And we'll come back for the rest of the at-bat.
So here we go. Sandoval delivers, and that's going to be possible drop ball. It's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out now. And nice pitch inside, jams Schoolcraft. Ours? Huh. I'll have to take a look. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Schoolcraft, and here comes Sandoval. She delivers, and that one's going to be up and away, so it's going to be full count. And here's Sandoval. Sandoval pitches inside, and there is a F8 now. Excuse me, F7 for the out. So it's going to be 2 outs now. So it's going to be F7, 2nd out.
And Lucero played that really, really well. Made sure she was where she needed to be. Squeezed it.
What was the thing you saw on that, Coach? One thing I noticed was that drop step. You saw the same thing I saw.
Well, just, something that we
Excellent.
haven't done a couple of times and got burned on it. So
Yes, sir. So here was John Aragon now.
first step's always back. Is that what you're saying,
Yes,
Coach?
sir. And there's a ground ball to the short. Let's see if Morales can make it, and she's going to be.
Nice. Oh, boy, it looked like that was a nice play, but that's going to be a infield single scored. I thought
I think you're right, Coach.
the throw was in time, but
Well-
Morales scooped it up, made the throw over there, and boy, it looked like she got there, but
Yeah, and there's a little bit of learning pains right there. She's a youngster, and she's going to learn. And there's a shot. This one is going to be off the fence there, and we're just not communicating with our cutoffs at all.
yeah, I think that's got to be scored a double with the throwing error, don't you, Coach?
I just don't see how, Coach. Those are balls that need to be caught. Those are balls that, I mean, you have to communicate within the infield.
Well, I meant more on the throw to keep her at second. I mean, even if you don't make the play, which she didn't, and looks like we're getting defensive substitutions here.
Well, and Coach, I have to agree with, I have to agree with what's going on right here. I mean, but here's the thing, though, and this is, again, Coach, this is just an opinion from an old timer here, but there needs to be, at the shortstop, and I mean, please understand, I'm not blaming anybody, I'm just observing, but there needs to be communication. I mean, your catcher's really the quarterback of the softball field here, and that has to be communicated with your infield to line or adjust your direction of the ball, and that wasn't happening, Coach.
Yeah.
So Marujo takes out Aragon from center, and now it's going to be 4-3 now for the third out. And Coach, I mean, we're very close to being in the ball game. We just have to make the ball. I mean, make the plays, Coach.
Well, when you play a team like this, when you play a really good team like the Cave Girls, you can't have those mental errors. You might get away with one or two, but we've had at least 5 errors according to my count, and you're never going to beat a team of this caliber making 5 errors in the field. Carlsbad gets 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error on 12 pitches, and the Coyotes will bring up Rocky Gonzalez, Clarice Banda, and Jasmine Lucero here for the bottom of the 4th, I should say. Yeah, Coach, it's tough. It's tough as a coach. And
absolutely.
You well know this. That you want your kids to execute. Obviously, you feel like you got to prepare them, and it's those kind of things that frustrate you. But hopefully, they can get better and learn from it. And that's how good teams and good programs happen. Is you don't just put your head down and say, "Dang it, we should have done this." You use it to get better.
You're exactly right, Coach. Never second guess yourself, especially in the game of baseball and softball. You really have to continue just doing what you're doing. And I say this in total respect. Back in the day when America was American and the coaching staff we had fun. We were hard, but we made sure that the kids had fun and make sure that you have to learn that skill development. And of course they had that rain delay on Monday. They didn't have any practice then. And please understand, I'm not making excuses, but it's growing pains. And when you become a new coach, you really have to make your own adjustments and try new strategies and try to make those adjustments, Coach.
Yeah, she's I'm talking about Coach Marujo now. She's going to work as hard as anybody, and growing pains as a team, growing pains as a new young coach. This is where you get better. This is where you learn, and kind of paying your dues.
Absolutely. So Rocky Rodriguez is up now. Rocky Rodriguez, excuse me, Gonzalez.
Rocky Raccoon.
This is going to be her second at bat here, and we're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And that's going to be strike number 3 for Gonzalez. I keep on saying Rocky Rodriguez. You know who Rocky Rodriguez is, right?
I don't.
So Rocky Rodriguez back in the day in the early 80s was, you know, Ryan Rodriguez. He was an old student here in football, played football for us, helped assistant coach.
Right.
He's actually a assistant principal in Lubbock, but he was Rocky Rodriguez was a big-time wrestler here for Roswell High School back when America was America, early 80s, state champion.
Huh.
So, and he's also a pretty good friend. So, Isabel Aragon is, I beg your pardon, Coach, she was taken out of the game, so this is going to be Clarice Bonda.
Right.
Bonda will be hitting in this top half of the fourth. And Bonda gets a piece of it, goes 4-3 now, and that's going to be the second out of this top of the half.
Yeah, I got to see her hit a home run in Artesia.
Yeah.
That was fun to call that. That was my first softball game I called since last year.
And did a good job with it, Coach.
Well, thank you.
Where was I at? I was in Arkansas.
Yeah, everybody was gone because I was, doing an Artesia home game. That's unusual.
I was actually up watching Cheyenne play in the regional contest. And she is here today for just a couple days. She's headed back tomorrow to get some hinting lessons and she's an official coach over there now. She's doing some summer work as an official.
A basketball official?
Softball.
Softball official, okay.
Yeah.
An umpire.
Umpire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'd love to see young people get into that. That's not for everybody, I'll tell you that much. But it's nice to see people get into that want to do that.
She will be actually COVID senior, I should say. She will be graduating this coming year with a degree, if everything works out, in forensic psychology.
Oh, it's exciting.
So now we have Leah Sanchez.
Yeah, Lucero was hit by pitch, so we've got Sanchez up now.
Oh, see, Coach, that curveball, I just love the way Aragon delivers that. I mean, especially from the left side. I mean, that ball really has some break to it.
Well, to the point that you got to call that a wild pitch. I mean,
it absolutely
tough
is.
on the catcher, but
it's a wild pitch by all means. But you know what? I can take that because you know what?
That's why.
That's why.
Yeah, swung on and missed because there's so much movement on that ball.
9-1 is the score here in the top half of the fourth inning. The Roswell Lady Kyles trail. And we do have number 7 now, and that's going to be Leah Sanchez. And Leah does have some power from the left side. I don't see Carlsbad throwing inside at all, but I'm not saying that's not going to happen. And, of course, they get Sanchez on the outside half for the third out. 9-1 is a score.
No runs, no hits, no errors, just 11 pitches. Carlsbad will bring up Luera, Witzel, and Faith Aragon in the top of the fifth. How about ENMU Roswell, who offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare? Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers. Those include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career pathway at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Phlebotomist.
Phlebotomist.
Take some blood, Coach, huh?
That's right. That's a good field to get into. Always jobs, and pretty well-paying job as well. Well, Coach, we are headed to the fifth, and in kind of a deep hole here.
Well, Coach, it looks like Coach
bring
Marujo is going to bring
out,
Talissa Espinosa in the pitch here in this top half of the fifth inning. Not sure who's going to be coming in to catch.
Well, I assume it'll be Tori Sandoval, right?
Yeah, it very well possibly can be. I'm sure. She could be the projected starter in the second game. I don't know. That's just, we don't know.
So we will see who's going to come out to catch now. And it will be Tori, right?
That looks like it's going to be Victoria Sandoval catching now.
So the pitcher-catcher switch, which I was talking to the OG,
Yeah.
David Lynn, Coach David Lynn, multiple state championship winning coach, and he was telling me about a time that he was at a baseball game and they switched him mid-inning, the pitcher and the catcher. They just went out there and switched gear. And don't see that very often, but maybe a little more so in softball.
No, well, I guess so. You're right, Coach, on that. When back in the day, like I said, when I played, I pitched and I caught a little bit, and it was kind of tough in the arm, especially when you caught and then try to go back to pitch. That was extremely hard.
Right, and that's probably the main reason you don't see that much.
Right. So, Coach, it looks like I have coming up to bat for the Cave Girls.
Loera?
Yes, that's exactly what I have Madison Luetta, and she was hit by the pitch and also hit a base hit, so she's 1 for 1 right now, and there's a called strike on Luetta now. Defense is going to be set.
Yeah, she singled infield, singled the shortstop, I believe.
Yep, in between Nate Hole there. I think what I should just shut up, but I'm going to make a comment that I really like to see the middle kind of creep a little bit more. Yeah, you saw that too? Yeah. There needs to be some creeping going on and some bouncing and some moving, because you got to move those hips a little bit or you're going to be stiff. You really have to be on the balls of your feet, stay off the heels off your feet, and really kind of get your momentum forward. And there's a shot now with Talissa Espinosa. Had a nice pitch, and it's going to be an error on Grajeda. So that was going to be on Faith Aragon, so it's going to be E4.
Yeah, right in the glove there, just didn't squeeze it.
Hey, last week I got an opportunity to call a game with Gene Dow, and it was really a good time. As of course, like you and I, but we had microphones down beneath, and it was really just a good time with Gene. So I really like Gene, and he just does a good job with everything he does, especially with the youth in southeast New Mexico.
Oh, absolutely.
So 9-1's the score here, top of 5. Faith Aragon on first base. Hannah Martinez now the hitter. And there's a shot, and now we're going to have a roll-up, and good job there. Where now there was a 6-3. Keeps the Lady Coyotes alive in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So let me put this down in my little script here. So you're going to have F-6, and then 6-3 for the third out. And that's what we like to see right there, Coach.
Well, first time defense has gotten much better in the last 2 innings, only allowing 1 to come across in 4th. And in this inning, they have no runs, no hits, 1 error on just 5 pitches. You love to see those 5-pitch innings. And Roswell will come up with Tarin, and then top of the order with Espinosa and Grajeda.
That's awesome, Coach. So, hey, you were talking about you have some state rankings as well, or you just had the district? Is that what you
I
had?
just had the district. Only sent me the district rankings. I do have the rankings, the state rankings for just these 2 teams, but
yeah,
I did not. I usually do. I was a little rushed today with the end of school stuff, but
of course.
The state rank for Carlsbad, as we talked about earlier, was 4, ranked 4 in the state as of this morning, and then the Lady Coyotes state rank is 25th. It would be up probably a little higher with the 5A rank.
Sure. And if I wasn't mistaken, it was 13 or 14 in the 5A rank, Coach.
Okay.
I'm going to make a comment, Coach, and I want your comments about this too. Today was our last day of school here at Roswell High School, and I think same with Carlsbad as well. But here's the thing about not just the game of baseball, softball, but athletes in general and spring sports, and that you're included into that as well. The dedication and the heart and desire of these kids coming after graduation or even when school's out playing in the summer. It's kind of like summer ball.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of courage to come out here after school's out.
Well, especially for the seniors, because, they have worked hard for sometimes 5 years in the program. And with all that's gone on this year, to have to come out after graduation.
Right.
And, perform, it's tough.
Well, and this is Tarin hit right now, so it's 0-1 right now. But the way I look at it, Coach, too, is really this week or next week in the month of June is really back in the day, as well as I keep on saying, you have those little tournaments, the Goliath tournament. You have tournaments in Oklahoma and Dallas, and we did a lot of the traveling back in the day too. But the way I consider this right now is you have a new system, kind of. You have some growing pains going on. You utilize this time, these last 3 weeks, Coach, and try to, and Tarin grounds out, it's going to be 3 unassisted for the first out. But you use this kind of like a summer program right now, to a point. I'm not saying don't compete. You go compete, and you go
Right.
play your tail off. But
Well, and unfortunately, with everything that's different this year, the summer program is still affected. This year's summer
absolutely.
program. So
You're exactly right.
You better use it as your summer program, or you're going to be behind for next year.
That's right. So, it's regular season, but summer program included. So,
Right.
And we'll get back on, everything works out. I know next year, we're talking about Espinosa goes down 0-1 right now, but for Roswell High School, in June we used to have softball, basketball, sports, and then July was really kind of more the traditional fall sports like volleyball, soccer, football, and, we're still going to try to do that currently, but it's just, we're just going to have to be patient with that.
Right, and really what we're all hoping for is that when we actually start up in the fall, when this year's summer programs are over, that we're back to normal. That we're back to, you never miss normal until you don't have it, and this has been such a trying experience for everybody.
Absolutely. So Espinosa is the hitter, the leadoff hitter, but she goes 0-2 back from the left side, slapping versus Faith Aragon. And I would anticipate a curveball in the outer half here. And it's going to be fouled off.
Good job just to get a piece of that.
Absolutely. Good job so far.
So, Coach, bunt attempt with 2 strikes there?
Well, so, Coach, it's really not a bunt attempt. So when you're batting from the left side, if you look, she's way back in the box here, and she's going to take that left step, I would imagine, and then try to slap bunt. So it's really a slap hit or slap bunt for power. And so right there, that's going to be the second out. Did she get out? I missed that, Coach. Was she on the – was it a strikeout?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Swing and miss.
Swing and the miss. And a lot of times when you're teaching, and again, philosophy, and Grajeda's up to bat right now, but philosophy, you can either go that drop step or you can go crossover. And, Espinosa has a lot of potential, a lot of speed, but here's the thing, too. You hit your corners crashing. And so right there, you really want to make sure you get that, bottom half of the ball, get a little left, and try to see what you can do to advance that run. To get on base. So and I keep on saying that Grajeda goes 1-1 with 2 outs now. And here in between innings, we'll talk about the softball itself, Coach. I want to and I want your comments on a couple things about.
Well, and you're the expert there. So.
Oh, nice changeup by Faith Aragon. So Grajeda now goes 1-2 with 2 outs. Scores 9-1 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 5 errors has really kind of cost the Lady Coyotes thus far.
Yeah, if they can come back on that, they can definitely be competitive here in game 2. If not, there's still 3 innings, still 9 outs for the Lady Coyotes, but the 9-1 hole makes it tough.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a pop-up to the catcher. That's going to be out number 3, and that's going to be Grajeda, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Coach?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get my little script here, and Grajeda is going to go F2 for the 3rd out. Espinosa Cade, and then Tarin also did that as well too. So 9-1 is the score here. We're about to go to the top of the 6th inning, and Coach, and again, conversation. This is what I like about you and our, broadcasting, because we have we have difference of opinions. We have good conversation about things, but when it comes down to baseball and softball, and I'm going to talk about softball right now. You had the softball, and so you were talking about the slap earlier, and so there's certain philosophy, I should say, that you can really try to do. So you have the top half, middle half, and the bottom half of the ball, and it depends on the swing and how you're going to try to make that approach. And so when you're doing that slap, and again, people may be listening. It might be some, might be Rose over in Lovington listening to us. It might be Artesia, but here's the thing. It's a different philosophy, especially with 2 outs. You really want to get that angle of the bat and try to get that middle part. A lot of depends, too. I mean, you have your corners crashing. You really want to get that lift a little bit, because when you're playing a caliber team like Carlsbad, you want to be able to get that middle to bottom half to get the slice to get it over a little bit. And we have taught that. And I'm not saying Coach Maruja hasn't taught that, and that's going to be her choice to do so. But that's something about how you want to try to make that approach. And the rule of thumb, especially in high school sports, you want to get the ball down. If you had the ball down, you have a chance to get on base one way or another. And you see that now with the Lady Coyotes having 5 errors, and Carlsbad's really taking advantage of that.
Oh, absolutely, they have. I mean, a lot of those runs have been at the expense of those errors. And I was sometimes I get in baseball mentality or think about things strategy-wise from a baseball perspective, and I know it's not always the same. But and she can, and Talissa, she's got the speed. I mean, and like you said, if she can put the ball on the ground, she's got a good chance to get a base hit, no matter where the ball is. Just because of that speed and batting from the left side.
So you have Jessica Monroe lead off here for the Cave Girls here in the 6th inning. Espinosa now is the pitcher for the Roswell Lady Coyotes, and Sandoval goes to catch now. And there's a little bleeder, 4-3 possibly, and that's going to be the first out.
And this is the kind of defense that we've seen in the last couple of innings. The quick outs, few pitches. That's what they've got to have if they want to try to get back in this one.
Well, and the strategy here, and this is old strategy here, when you're playing the Lady Cave Girls, traditionally, what do they try to do, Coach? They like the fastball. They're really coached well when it comes down to that. That's what they try to do. I mean, now they concentrate on. There's a hit now. That's going to be. It's going to be a base hit and advance to second base, and I don't necessarily call that a double.
Yeah, once again, that's scoring.
Single with an advancement, yeah. So.
Yeah.
But Carlsbad, they like that fastball, and they'll hit the curveball, and they know how to do that. And so, I like this here, Coach. When you go from, 55, 65, or 55 to 60, or whatever, and then you come down here with a 48 to 50 mile an hour fastball, it's really off speed. So I like this change here for just a moment, but now I kind of would have tried some different strategy and probably used her as a starter, and then come up with some different pitchers, some faster pitchers in that case. Mariah Torres is now going to hit for the Cave Girls.
And that's a substitution?
Oh, it is a substitution, okay.
Is it? I had Schoolcraft up. Did we have a...
Is it Schoolcraft you have, Coach?
Well, that's who I have up, but you have Wetzel up?
Oh, is that Witzel? Okay, that's Aislinn Witzel hitting. Oh, okay, so you're right, Coach. It's the DP flex is tied in, so Witzel now is hitting, so that's Aislinn. She looks a little different there, and Witzel is going to be called on the strikeout.
See you at a drive tomorrow. Like yesterday, Mara.
And this is another substitution.
Get all the way in, Mara.
I may have it messed up, Coach.
So here we go. Let's go with Espinosa now. She's going to go, and there is going to be a 4-3 now on that one for the third out. And Coach, 9-1 is the score. We're going to head to the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, I believe that was Flores batting.
Was it Flores? Okay.
Yeah. And what was the play?
4-3, second to first base.
Okay, thank you.
So Flores hit for Aragon.
All right, so no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 6 pitches. Another good defensive half inning for the Lady Coyotes, but with just 1 across and allowing 9, they're running out of outs. They are down to the last 6 here. They're going to have to get something going here, and they're going to have to get it going in a hurry.
Yes, sir. So it looks like they're going to be Faith's going to finish the game here. The projected pitcher for the Carlsbad Cave Girls next game is going to be Schoolcraft. Haven and Schoolcraft is what I'm understanding. And, Coach, it's my understanding as of right now, she's throwing the ball 65, 67 miles an hour. And that's humming.
And it'll have to be an adjustment made, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you have Morales coming up to lead off in this bottom half of the 6th inning. And Sandoval, Victoria Sandoval, will be on deck.
Need base runners, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Somehow, some way, got to get on base.
Okay, so here's the pitch by Aragon to Morales. Curveball outer half is going to be called for a strike. And there's going to be a pop-up, 4-3 now for Morales. Brings up number 13, Victoria Sandoval.
Tori's 0 for 2, struck out looking and grounded out to the right side. I didn't want to make you have to say that, Coach.
Oh, I'll definitely say it. I want to yell out there right now, hey, get a quicker load. Yeah, she is definitely 0 for 2 right now, but here we go in her 3rd attempt. And they will come inside on her with the curveball. I'm sure of it. And Sandoval goes 4-3 again in their 3rd frame. Deja vu on that one again, Coach.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she did last time up. And that'll bring Rocky back up, and she's going to get the bat out of the way. That's good policy.
Rocky Gonzalez, the senior, she will graduate as we talked about earlier.
Just hours from now, she'll graduate.
Yeah, exciting, Coach. We'll get an update here from the JV contest. And that one's going to be fouled off into the dugout.
The wind blowing out just a hair now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. Aragon delivers. A little bit of a change of speed there. Gonzalez, you said she was
Got her at
0 for 1?
0 for 1. Now she's 1 for 2.
Yeah, nice hit to the left side into the gap. So never say die here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, one at a time. I mean, there's no such thing as a 8-run home run, but just get some batters on, and we can get Banda up here. She's Banda is 0 for 1.
Clarice Banda's up.
She grounded out her last time up.
It is Clarice, and she is actually classified as a junior. Plays a little bit. She was a transfer over from Dexter, and she came over, I think it was a couple of years ago, when she was a freshman, actually, when she started playing for us.
What was the pitch?
Yeah, it looks like there was a ball.
1-1 now.
Yep. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Clarice sent one out in that beautiful facility over there in Artesia.
And to the
Mac
right side,
Chase.
wasn't it?
No, it was out to left. No, it was to right. You're right. It was to the gap and right.
Yeah. So Bonda goes down swinging.
And the Coyotes, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 12 pitches after 6. So Carlsbad will bring up Martinez, Monroe, and Torres for the last inning, barring a huge comeback.
Coach, how do you like that game changer? I did mine on the laptop, but is that pretty user friendly?
It is, and when you don't have a partner, it's it's pretty much essential. I mean,
Really?
yeah, because you've just got to get it in quick, and you don't have time to look stuff up, so you can get all the information you need on previous at bats and
So you have to do the lineups manually. Is that correct?
Yeah, you put them in. I put the rosters in ahead of time, and then just enter the lineup when I get here, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, well, good.
I highly recommend it if you're running solo up here.
Well, and that's if I'm not mistaken, you can game changer. You can. What am I trying to say? You can see that live as well, correct?
You can. I don't have anyone with access to that because I don't.
Yep.
I don't want to be called out on mistakes and things like that.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But no, it has that capability, and no, I've used it for my kids in travel ball and little league and things like that. So I have a little experience with it. I'm not great at it, I wouldn't say, but I'm getting better. And like I said, it's nice to have all that stuff at your fingertips.
Nice, personal preference. I'm going to start trying to, like I said, I had a laptop, a Surface and all that stuff that I did it with, but it appears that it's a little bit better on the cell phone.
Well, and of course you could do it on the laptop or a tablet or something. Might even be a little better. You could see a little. Get old like me, it's hard to see anything.
So it looks like coming up for the Cave Girls is going to be Grace Aragon. And there's going to be a hit to the left side. I call that 7-hole, coach, and that's just, again, my 2 cents.
Where did that one go?
In between shortstop and third base.
Okay.
So, yeah, she gets on. So Grace gets on in the top half of the 7th inning. 9-1's a score here. Coming up is going to be 8 for 20. And that's going to be Sanders. So Sanders batting from the right side, open stance. Inside pitch, and Sandoval loses it behind the plate.
Pass ball there? Or?
Yeah, well, it's considered a pass ball. That's it. She dropped it.
Kind of like the error hits the glove. It's on you. Huh?
That's exactly right. And that one is going to be lost in between there, so we have pass ball on Sandoval. 9-1 is the score as Talissa Espinosa pitching for the Lady Coyotes. And Sanders is going to be hitting for Rentner. Looks like Schoolcraft is actually warming up, getting ready for the next game. Called strike on Sanders. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And as I was talking with Coach Tiger earlier, they played Clovis, and they had the change of speed. It really kept the Carlsbad Cave Girls off speed for a while until they got, kind of their timing down.
Right.
It's just all about reps, Coach. We've got to get some reps for these young ladies and see what we can do to get them going, man.
Well, there's some good young players on the roster, along with some experience. I'm counting the juniors on the team, and those, that's a good senior class coming up for next year.
Absolutely, she absolutely is. Only 2 seniors here on this roster, if I'm not mistaken, with Gonzalez and Aragon.
And Lizzie, yeah.
And so 5-3 now is going to be hit to third base as Rocky Gonzalez takes the ground ball and delivers to first base for the first out.
Yeah, nice to see her keeping that runner right where she is, not letting the run come across. So played that just right.
All those analogies, Coach, and stuff. I usually go to the number system, 5-3, so I kind of have to slow down and go. Ball's a ground ball to third base, delivered from third base to first base. I'm just really kind of go quick. That's what I taught back in the day. And so now bringing up to the plate is going to be Madison Loera. She had a base hit in the ball game in the third. She was hit by the pitch in the second. Oh, it's number 4. Okay, they made another change. Grivada. So Grivara is now hitting. Thank you, Coach. This is going to be top of the 7. She's in. So Grivara is hitting now for the Cave Girls as Coach Tigert puts her in. (9-1) as a scorer, as if you're just not tuning in. As we mentioned earlier, we had at least 5 errors that has been costly for the Lady Coyotes. Other than that, Coach, it hasn't been too.
No, defense has been good at times. It's just
a matter of
consistency. They just gotta put innings together.
Put it together, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Woo.
And Coach, what a tough district this is. I know
Oh,
Hobbs is kind of down a little bit, but never count out Coach Crossland over there in Hobbs, and then you have Clovis that's much improved, and so it's just a district. This District 4A, 4 or 5A is really District 4A, I should say, is just pretty tough. And so 5-2 now. So the ball is hit to Gonzalez, throws it over to the catcher Victoria Sandoval, and Sandoval makes the tag for the second out.
Aragon out at the plate on the fielder's choice there, and Guevara will be standing at first with 2 gone.
That's correct.
Coach.
So here we go. Espinosa now will deliver, and that one's going to be hit to the right side, and that one's going to be an error on Grajeda now. But nonetheless, we're still going to get the force out. So you have the error on Grajeda for the 6th error. But Bond is there to relay, go to shortstop for the force out. So it's going to be E4, 9-6 for the 3rd out. Do you understand that, Coach?
I do.
And that's going to be in the 7th inning, but that's okay. That's going to be pushed over here. 9-1's a score. We're going to go to the bottom half of the 7th. And coming up for the Roswell Lady Coyotes now is going to be Jasmine Lucero, Leah Sanchez, and Darin. And Coach, you'll probably get that updated here in just a minute, and you can talk about that. So I'll find out a score for the JV game.
All right, sounds good. So not going to really go over stats as we're maybe just a half inning away from the final stats, but I do want to talk about, of course, our sponsors. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. Don't let just anyone work on your plumbing and air conditioning. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Proud supporter of Roswell High Sports. And Oasis Computers. Headphones, keyboards, gaming, and gift certificates for all the latest in computer technology and gaming. Visit Oasis Computers in Roswell, right across from the Wool Bowl. And Business Notions. Our business is to make your business look good. Shop online today at businessnotions.com. Embroidery and screen print that catches the eye. Proud supporter of your Roswell Coyotes. And we are ready for the bottom of the 7th.
Got an update, Coach, for the JV game.
All right.
Roswell Lady Coyotes 2, Carlsbad Cave Girls 5.
Well, not the outcome we're looking for here in Coyote Nation, but it's a better difference in this game. I will give the JV girls that.
Yeah. So Faith Aragon, it appears, going to try to go the distance for the Roswell Lady Coyotes. And, man, what a performance she's had. She's really done a good job. And but, you know, here in the last 2.5 innings at least, the Roswell Lady Coyotes have held the Carlsbad Cave Girls to donuts.
And that's a called strike in there.
And that's right there, Coach, is what I would probably have to Alyssa have done, is pitched at least 3 innings or maybe even 4, and then you come back and get the change of speed. But preference, again.
Strike 2 swinging there for Jasmine.
Taking a look at Schoolcraft over there, warming up, and he's throwing a nice little rise, it looks like. Jasmine Lucero 1 and 2 now.
Ooh. Just missed outside.
Nine 9-1. We are going to go all 7. Coach, does that tell you? Oh, that's going to be. Need to stop right there, let them come, but it'll tell you on your little device there, Coach, of earned runs and stuff too as well.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to find out the results of that, Coach, with 6 errors, and that's exactly what we counted, 6 errors for the Roswell Lady Coyotes.
And down to the last 2 outs here.
And Sanchez swings and foul tip. It's going to be 0 and 2 now. There's not a doubt in my mind, Coach, that you're going to see the curveball away. And there's strike number 3.
And that brings up Tarin.
Yes, sir.
Struck out and grounded out.
Yeah. So Tarin struck out, grounded out, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. The youngster coming up, we'll probably see some curveballs as well. Is that on your mechanism there, Coach, your device, is it tallied up right away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I really have to learn that.
Up to the second.
That's really nice. 2 balls to Tarin. And there's going to be the 3rd out of the ball game. That's going to do it as the Roswell Lady Coyotes fall in this first contest 9-1. And the second game will be here in about 15-20 minutes, I would think. But I'm very curious to find out what your little device tells us there. Takes probably a little time to load.
No, it's done. It's ready.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
All right, so you were asking about pitching, Coach.
Yeah.
Espinosa had 3 innings, faced 11 batters. I mean, there's lots of stats here. I'm on the advanced stats. Okay, three innings, 11 batters, 23 pitches, 4 total bases, 19 total strikes, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 strikeout. Leah Sanchez went 1 inning. We went over her stats earlier. 32 innings pitched, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 1 strikeout. And then Tori Sandoval, 3 innings, faced 11 batters, 48 pitches, 16 balls, 32 strikes, 5 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of those earned. So, you know, of the 9 runs, only 5 were earned in the game. So that just tells you about the errors and, you know, how costly they can be. I have 7 on this. There could have been 8.
Yeah. Okay. 7 errors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, I think I counted 7, possibly 8 as well too. So, well, Coach, that's going to do it for this first game. Let's take a break. We'll be back here in about 15, 20 minutes, and we'll get lineups, and we'll be right back. You're listening, watching at KSPTV.com.